Welcome to Savills Shares, the podcast, where the talk is all about real estate. I'm Jacke Chye, your host, and today our guest is Samual Han, Director of Energy Sustainability Management at Savills Singapore. Welcome to the show, Samuel. How did you first get interested in energy management and sustainability?
Well, my first job is in an energy saving company where we do retrofits and green mark certification. So I'm very exposed to sustainability at a very early stage. Um, 4+ years there, I learned a lot. It was tough, but I'm grateful that I made a lot of great friends along the way, and we are still connecting right now. Um, while doing these retrofits, we help building owners save energy. I do have some cases where the clients don't believe that they can do the savings that we calculated for them. They do not believe it. So that's why after retrofit and we did the implementation, they achieve the savings and they are so happy. This makes us feel very fulfilled and very happy for them. So that's why I want to continue on this sustainability journey, educate the clients that it is doable, and let them enjoy the savings.
Help me unpack a little. What is considered to be a green building?
Well, a green building is where the building itself has an overall low impact on the environment as well as the human health. Well, the easiest way is to say to get the green mark certification, because green mark certification has all the guidelines to follow to make your building green.
How does the Singapore 2030 Green Plan impact the commercial landscape?
The 80-80-80, it definitely affects the commercial landscape. Now everyone is looking at more aware of the sustainability. They will look into their green mark guidelines. They'll look at the green fit out guides. They'll look at the green leases as well as the green procurement strategy. Everyone is more aware of sustainability now. Even the overseas countries as well. They are urging their branches in Singapore to fulfill their ESG requirements. So actually the whole world is actually more aware of sustainability right now.
Singapore's Building and Construction Authority, BCA, launched its Green Mark certification 19 years ago in 2005. How has the criteria changed over the years given that the Paris Agreement was signed in 2015, of which Singapore is a part of?
It has changed a lot. If you compare to the previous version, the minimal standard was gold rating. Right now, it's gold plus rating. The framework all totally changed everything. So this is getting more strict, but it also to be in line with the UN sustainable goals. So this is also help us to hope that we can reach our target, Singapore's target to be carbon emission, net zero emission by 2050.
How close are buildings in Singapore to the 2030 goals?
We are closer than before, I feel. During the past 5 years, there's a spike in buildings getting green certification. This is due to the awareness of sustainability. Even in universities, they are teaching about sustainability as well as green mark certification. So it's all about the awareness. However, we should not be complacent. We should be keep on improving because as technology advances, we should make use of them to make our equipment more efficient and make our buildings even more green.
I understand come 2030, and if a building doesn't meet the Green Mark certification, tenants, particularly MNC, may have to move out or not continue their lease there if their company has a very strict sustainability policy. How real is that a concern for landlords?
It's very real because some of the tenants, they have to fulfill their ESG requirement. They have to be in a building that is certified or a high rating green mark certification. So a lot of buildings does not have, then they will have to move out and they will find other buildings that have the green mark certification. Um, because of this, then landowners are being urged to get a green mark certification by retrofitting and improve their building efficiency. However, I feel that landowners should not use this as a reason to get a green mark certification. They should look out at that. There's also other benefits as well for them. I do have a case where the landlords are being pushed by the tenants to get a green mark certification. So we help them retrofit, make their building efficient and get a green mark certification. And they actually had a 40% of energy savings. So it's a win-win situation for them.
So what should landlord do first?
They should get started now get a consultant like us to do a gap analysis for your building to know what is there need to change or need to do or optimize for your building to get the green mark certification. Start now than later, because maybe buildings around you are already had a gap analysis and already start on the way for their green mark process.
What are some trends in sustainability and energy management for commercial buildings do you see in 2024 and beyond?
Well, they make full use of the technology, such as machine learning that can predict the maintenance and also to operate the equipment more efficiently. Um, some tenants still practice work from home, especially the IT industries. So it will affect the building operations. When it's low loads, it will make the equipment more inefficient. So we'll make use of the optimization, the machine learning to make sure that the equipment operate efficiently, even though it is at low loads. More and more people are receptive of the sustainability ideas, and they are willing to do their part, such as driving electric cars, doing recycling, and also switch off appliances after use. These practices will keep on improving, and so the building's owners have to keep up, such as placing electric chargers for the cars, put recycling bins, as well as have some automated controls for the meeting rooms, for the rooms that is not in use, so that they can off the lightings or off the aircon automatically.
Sustainability is a big word. It has a lot of scope and perspective, and it sounds costly. How well are landowners handling sustainability?
Well, sustainability is really a big word. I do have clients that went to all sustainability events. When they look at all the gadgets and technology that mention sustainability, they will just go for it and get it without knowing whether it will benefit for their buildings. So as a consultant, we have to um, do some studies, get the data, and see whether all this technology, all the gadgets is really beneficial for the building owners. So they should really engage us to do a studies for them instead of buying everything that they think it's sustainability, and then it might not be beneficial for them because different buildings have their own features. Many clients have the misconception of the sustainability being expensive and costly and not doable, but actually it's doable and it's not as expensive as they think. Once they did it, they have the energy savings that is recurring, and buildings are here to stay. So as the savings will last all the way to the building lifespan, so they can keep on enjoying these energy savings. So I do have one client, they already is a platinum rating, and we upgrade to a platinum SLE, super low energy, without retrofitting anything. It's just optimizing, changing the set points, and do some studies on which area that we can reduce the energy consumption. So it's doable. It's not very costly. The client did not even spend a lot of money on the retrofits at all. I also do have one client who is a Gold Plus rating and upgrade to Platinum SLE, and their energy saving was 20%, and their payback was 5 years. So like I said, sustainability is doable. It's not costly, and also do understand that sustainability is a journey. It's not a one-time thing. So we need to keep on improving, keep on maintaining, and upkeep our building efficiency. And you can enjoy the savings for many years to come.
There are a lot of grants pushing organizations to hit the 2030 Green Plan timeline. BCA introduced the Green Mark Incentive Scheme to accelerate the adoption of environmentally friendly building technologies. At the 2024 budget, the energy efficiency grant by NEA is going to be expanded to include more sectors. How effective are these incentives?
Well, interestingly, that this grant has been here years ago. It's just that the building owners do not know about it, and also they do not know how to apply for it. So we as consultants, we have to tell them that there's grants available. When we tell them, they are more receptive to do green certification as well as retrofits. So we as a consultants, we have to remind them that there's actually grants available, and we are able to help them apply for it.
One of the recent announcements following the 2024 budget is that non-listed company with an annual revenue of at least $1 billion and total assets of $5 million will now have to make climate disclosure from their 2027 financial year onwards. What kind of impact on the company's bottom line do you see this having?
Well, with this regulation, it kind of forced the companies to do ESG reporting. ESG reporting has a lot of data to collect and is very time consuming. However, we can use this data to analyze their consumption as well as benchmark around their peers. This will create awareness for the company. They also can find out how sustainable their business is and see what they can improve on. Well, government also give grants for them to do their first sustainability report. So it's a very great initiative by the government.
And finally, congratulations on your firstborn. How are you handling your own energy management with him on board?
Thank you very much. Well, I have a great wife who is splitting the work with me of taking care of the baby, as well as my parents and my parents-in-law who are taking care of the baby during the day while my wife and I can go to work. Well, I also think that it's about time management and concentration. It's how well you manage your time. If you can do it well, you can do things that you want, such as going out with friends, exercising, bring the baby out for a walk, as well as doing the work that I like most, which is right now, sustainability.
Thank you, Samuel.
Thank you.
And that's all the time we have for today. Join us again at the end of every month on Spotify, YouTube Music, and Apple Podcasts. Till then, have a blessed week. This podcast is for general information only and should not be taken as professional advice. Savills accept no responsibility or liability for any direct or indirect or any consequential loss from the use of, reference to, or the reliance on this podcast or its content.